Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and I didn't turn on the thing. Today we are looking at the Marvel Legends X-Force WARPATH X-23 2-pack. And I know most people aren't fond of 2-packs, but I'm guessing if you are into X-Force, then this is actually a pretty decent 2-pack on paper. It includes 2 characters that are fairly popular and necessary to complete a relatively small team. So, I don't know, let's do a question of the day right away. Are you guys okay with this 2-pack? In terms of like the idea of it. Maybe the figures aren't so good, we'll get to that. But are you okay with the idea of these two being paired up? I'm guessing most people are. I'm guessing you don't need an X-Force version of either of these characters unless you're doing the team, and so you need both, and so this is a good 2-pack. So Hasbro gets a little bit of bonus point for that. It's not a terrible 2-pack. Now the figures, on the other hand, have some good things going for them and some really terrible things going for them. So we're going to talk about all of it. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before I show you the figures, I do want to show you my package. It's a pretty bland one, but it's fine. I like the square packaging, and I like the big windows with the figures right in the front. A little bit of side window is fine, I guess. Some artwork there. I would have picked artwork that goes together. There are different styles, and him being in a crazy pose and down and low, and her being a whole body. It's just a weird look, and for those of you who are collecting in the box, it may not be as displayable as a result. It's nice artwork in their respective ways, but they don't go together at all, so that's kind of weird. Same thing on the back, so lots of the same artwork. They're really into these 2 photos, images. Not great, I think, but I don't care because I don't collect packaging. So, let's get into these guys. They are in stock at Big Bad Toy Store, or at least they were at the time of filming, so let's... Okay. If you want one, link in the description below. She stands about 5 7/8 inches, roughly, and that's going to make her just about, we'll say 15 centimeters, and he stands about, we'll call it 18.7 centimeters, and that's going to make him roughly, we'll call it 7.5. He's a bit shy of that. Here's Darwin for comparison. He's got some size to him, and she does not. She's quite small. Okay, let's do her first. Aesthetically speaking, I don't get this at all. X-23, did she get older recently? Because she started off as a young teenager, and I'm sure she got older at some point, maybe when she took over for Wolverine. I don't know. I don't know her lifespan in the comics, but this looks like she's about 45. Am I missing something here? Because that does not look like a young person at all. Not even a little bit. The paint job's clean, the sculpt is good, but not accurate at all to any version of her that I've ever seen. She does look like a 45-year-old who is making an angry face at a waiter at a restaurant, like that sort of thing. This does not look like anything I want the character to look like. And then the paint job for the arms is atrocious. The sculpt is atrocious, the paint job is atrocious. The laziest, ugliest thing I've seen in a long time. Okay, so you're putting the shoulder paint job down into the bicep. Why? Why would you do that? Why would it tuck under the arm? And it already looks terrible because it looks like painted skin. So that's ridiculous. And then her body is really shiny and the sculpt is really weird. No one who's actually like physically fit has abs that look like that. That's straight, like physically fit, like a superhero. I mean, you should see some abdominal muscles. You just see the 2 lines of the abs, which is very strange. You might see that in somebody who's thin and kind of fit, but not a superhero. It's a really, really weird sculpt. And then the legs look okay. The waist down looks fine, I guess, other than it looks really, I don't know. Like they didn't put any thought into it, really, I guess, is the way to describe it. It's a strange sculpt, and from the waist up, it just looks really weird. The arms are okay from the biceps down, except her gloves are painted. Are these supposed to be... Is that her look? I don't remember. Anyway, it's not a good-looking figure. It looks weird, and her head is kind of big. Now, it should be, but not with that face on it. So the face is big. The whole thing's weird-looking. The hair is sculpted okay, I'll give them that. Really weird looking. Her claws, this is how they came in the package. These ones are pretty spread out. These ones aren't spread out at all. So I'm going to have to try to heat the hand and get the claws to reshape. I don't think I'm going to have any luck. Her figure just looks like butts. It's not good. I don't like it. Don't like almost anything about it. So that's a problem for a 2-pack. Now this guy, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy is using the updated Omega Red body for the most part. The same one we saw on Venom, which I never got that Venom, so I don't know. That's why I said you guys can help me. This looks like, because it has this joint, looks like the new Venom. That is the updated Omega Red, which is one of their best sculpts ever, the Omega Red body. But it did have a problem with the torso in that the traps and the shoulders ended up being weird. You had weird tiny shoulders and a huge set of traps and a long neck. And they made a new version of it and didn't fix those problems at all. Like, they're using the same arms and the same problems everywhere. It's still pretty weird looking. Now granted, for Hasbro, this is a pretty good looking figure, because he actually has some meat to him. He's got the big meaty legs. The legs are a great sculpt. The way they're muscular and they actually pinch in, and then they have muscles again and then they pinch in. That looks great. The legs are some of the best legs they've ever done. Maybe the best. But the torso, we still end up with this weird situation where the head's big and sits really high, and that's not how humans are shaped. No human, short of somebody with some kind of deformity, is shaped like this. It's really, really weird looking, and they could do a lot to fix it by simply sinking the head down a little bit farther and not making the head gigantic. So this ends up giving somewhat of like a toddler build. Yeah, it has kind of like a toddler build for a superhero. It's really, really weird. If you pose it, you can probably hide that some, but this new version that they should have done to fix the problems didn't fix the problems. We're still using the old arms. Some of you are going to hate it because it has pins. I don't care about the pins. They're still good arms. But yeah, the overall composition is still strange, and he's really flat. We're looking only at the aesthetic for now. So the paint job is okay. They don't match Archangel at all. It's just okay. The head sculpt is okay. It's fine. Like, I don't have anything wrong with the head sculpt other than it's too big. The boots look nice. I'll give them that. But to me, this is a really, really, really lazy, cheap 2-pack. The belt is okay. And this torso, this ab crunch, I mean, we're going to talk about it when we get the articulation done, but aesthetically, it's not a good-looking figure. He's pretty goofy looking. If you bring his shoulders back, it helps, but that destroys the chest sculpt completely. And it makes him look even more deformed, because look at the shape. Look at this shape, people. Look at the shape of his body. If you've seen any other action figures that are actually shaped like comic characters, or even looked at comics before, you know that this isn't the shape that you're supposed to have. That it comes to a weird point here and then has little balls on the side. That's not how shoulders look. That's not how necks look. The whole thing is weird, and Hasbro's not good at making action figures. At least the Marvel Legends line. I have to always clarify that, because people are like, but the classified line's pretty good. I agree. That's pretty good. Star Wars, I don't know. Maybe they're good. The Marvel team is not putting out good product on a regular basis. This is a perfect example. This is a 2-pack that should have been really good, and just so far in the aesthetic portion, it's not good. Are their belts supposed to match? I don't know. I would imagine if you're putting them on the shelf, you want them to. They don't. She doesn't have the black trim. Maybe that's normal. I don't know. I never paid attention to X-Force belts that much. All right, so aesthetically speaking, as a 2-pack, I'm going to go 5 out of 10 at best. Now, as far as accessories go, for him, you don't get an alternate head. You just get the 2 fist hands and 2 trigger finger hands with the fingernails showing through the gloves. And then you get his 2 knives, which don't even have as much paint on them as the first time they were used. So that's pretty limited. For her, you get an alternate head that does do something to fix the ugly head that they gave her in the first place, but her eyes are so far apart that she looks like some kind of alien creature. So I don't like that head at all. And then for hands, you get the 2 fist hands with the claws that you already saw. Then you get another set of fist hands with no claws and a couple of relaxed hands with nothing. So, accessory-wise, 5 out of 10 for this 2-pack. It's lazy and limited, and you don't get very much for your money. Now, let's talk about the articulation. We will start with her. Get the little one out of the way first. She's on the old-style neck, but her hair is hard plastic. I mean, as much as PVC can be hard. So you're not really doing much with it. You can rotate it a little bit, and it's super limited. For the shoulders, you do get your full rotation, of course. You can raise the arms up, better than horizontal. Man, that paint job for the skin tone and the gray and black is just ridiculous. You do get your bicep swivel, that's fine. Double jointed elbow works nicely, that's good. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge, that's fine. Diaphragm joint on this figure, what do we think? Is it going to be any good? I thought it was bad, I didn't realize it was that bad. It has virtually no usable range. Like, there's technically something there. I have to be fair. There's something, but it's basically just a twist. What the heck? Floating belt is floaty. Doesn't need to be, because there's no torso articulation on this figure. She can't get into any sort of dynamic pose. Oh man. Oh boy. For the hips, she can get her legs out pretty far, so I'll give them that. That's not bad. Going forward, yeah, she gets up to horizontal. Going back, not really. Thigh swivel is, oh, it's going to move on the ball and the swivel. All right, well, that's fine. Double jointed knee is all right. Boot swivel, if you need a boot swivel, we've got a boot swivel. Ankles go all the way back and all the way forward, but not very far forward, actually. Then the ankle rocker is okay. She's got kind of loose, gummy joints, by the way, in the legs, so she is just not a poser at all. This is not going to be a fun figure. The head and torso don't work at all, so what's the point? All right, on to him. The new version of one of the better bodies they've done. For the head, you saw the ball peg. They can't do ball pegs. He still has very limited range. Works better than her, so it's passable, but it's like, it's not good. It's not good. Butterfly joint on this guy does work pretty well, so that's fine. Full shoulder rotation. The hinge, if you force it, can kind of get up to horizontal, but not really. Swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow is fine for a chunky guy. They did a pretty good job. Wrists have a swivel. Oh gosh, I'm so tired of things popping off so easily on Hasbro products. It's such a gummy figure. That hand is so far away. Okay, so moving the wrist joint just rips the hand right out because there's no retention really, because this guy's made out of rubber. Okay, for the torso joint, that is the new additional joint, that is the ugliest, laziest sculpt ever. It's basically just flat. You probably can't see it, but if you took the top half off from right here back, it's just flat. They didn't make the sculpt seamless in any way. And so using him does not look good, using his joint. And it also has very, very little range. You can rotate it, but leaning forward and back, pretty limited. It's not terrible, but it's limited and ugly. Side to side, limited and ugly. And then you get this joint, which he can lean forward on. So at least they have that, and he can lean back on it. So at least that joint works. But the diaphragm joint does not. And this combo is not a good combo still. It never will be. And the belt is floaty, so that's okay. Hips going out to the side, not even 45 degrees. Going forward, they do get up to horizontal. Going back, they get a little bit of range. Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knee is not the most range, but it's well proportioned. You do get a boot swivel. Ankles go pretty far back and not that far forward, and they have a pretty crooked ankle rocker, but his legs are so floppy and gummy that it's really unfortunate. And you're going to say it's because it's pinned. Well, it's because Hasbro uses really soft plastic. If you had hard plastic, the pins don't affect that. But they use soft plastic and he's pinned. But it's not even just down here. It's in the hips. It's in the arms. It's in the hands. Everything. Their figures are such gummy messes half the time. So articulation-wise, this 2-pack is going to get a 5 out of 10. You'll be able to pose WARPATH a little bit. You won't really be able to pose her very much. And it's just a really disappointing thing. At least this guy has some sort of heroic proportions, so that if you don't look too close and get him in a decent pose, it'll be fine. She's about worthless. So this 2-pack ends up blowing big time, despite the fact that it should have been really good. I'm going to give it an overall rating of 6 out of 10. If you really wanted a new WARPATH, you're screwed because you have to buy this piece of garbage. And he's not very good to begin with, and he uses all the old parts, so if you are one of those people who's super into pinless joints, you don't even get that in this reuse. So, I don't know. How are you guys feeling about this? It seems like even the most fervent Hasbros might be upset about this 2-pack. Because it's a 2-pack and it's bad, and it's old figure mixed with a new figure that's bad. A lot of bad going on. So let me know what you guys think, but I think it's a big fat stinker. But that's it for me, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that, and in the meantime, keep collecting.